Hi everyone, welcome back to the AP Palfs channel. It's AP here, and today we are back with Pad to Wheel episode 6. A huge thank you to everyone who's been watching my Pad to Wheel episodes so far. I'm really enjoying the transition from Pad to Wheel, but it's such a challenge. But it's a great challenge, and racing on a wheel is so much more immersive than actually on a controller. So tonight we're sat on the grid at Japan, and we're ready for a 50% race. This episode has been pre-recorded because it's generally a bit easier to do for a 50% race to just throw the highlights up there, which there were plenty in this race. Tonight's episode we're focusing on lap time consistency, and we're focusing on not making too many mistakes and using too many flashbacks. So as we get ready to head to the race, we're going to look at our strategy. So we're going to go medium hard because we're starting 13th on the grid. 2 laps of extra fuel so we can run rich for a while. And we're going to see how we get on tonight. So thanks a lot for riding on board with me. We're going to get ready for the race start. And here we go. So for lap 1 of the Japanese Grand Prix, we're going from the race broadcast point of view. And it's lights out and away we go. And we don't get too bad a start for the wheel. I've been working really hard on getting my starts right. We close towards the pit wall. We move back out to the racing line. It's very tight going into turn 1. Nice and gentle through there. We're racing Gasly in the AlphaTauri. We're around the outside. We're going wheel to wheel with Gasly on the inside on the curb, and we're going inside into the S's. We take the line, we squeeze them a little bit, and we get the line to the S's. The S's feel amazing on a wheel. If you've never played Japan on a wheel yet, play it. The S's are absolutely incredible. Such a great corner to drive on a wheel. So we come to the exit, the S's, we go a little bit wide there. We're right up Perez's gearbox, who's on the soft tyres. We've started on the medium, so if we can get Perez early, it's good. Degner 2, a corner I've really struggled with on the wheel so far, and that will come back to haunt us a little bit later. So here we go then, up towards the hairpin. Lovely camera angles there, close shots. We're going to dive up the inside of Perez. A little bit of contact, that was a little bit cheeky. Remember, full damage is on these races, and we're trying to outdrag the racing point on the soft tyres with our mediums. Side by side going through the fast section, coming up to Spoon curve. We touch the grass a little bit, which is going to cost us time. And into Spoon. Now I missed my braking point massively for this one. Go a little bit wide, nearly lose a position there. Spoon has been a real challenge for me on the wheel. I used to nail it on the pad, but the wheel getting my braking point right, my turning right, and the timing of the turn has been a real challenge. So here we go then, 180R. We're going side by side with Perez, and we get the position through 180R. Nice and fun through there on the wheel as well. So here we go then, as we come towards the end of lap 1, we're going to switch to my driving view, and we're going to just watch the lap times tick by at the moment and check our lap times each lap. But before that, here goes Perez up the inside of me, and Perez has struck back on the soft tyres. He's got a much better drive out of the chicane. He's gone wide at turn 2, forced us to go wide as well. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact there. Right, so here we go then. Lap 2, we're going to ride from my driving position through the S's, which is a wonderful feeling on a wheel. We run wide there, though, onto the grass. A little bit of dirty air from Perez. And as we continue up through the exit of the S's, we touch the curve there, which we really don't want to do. And we're starting to head down towards Degner 1 and Degner 2. Degner 1, absolutely fine. Had loads of fun there on the wheel. Degner 2 has been a real challenge, and I've been struggling to get my braking point right and my timing of that turn as well. So we head up to the hairpin. You can see we've got Gasly right up our gearbox with 7/10 of a second behind, but we're within 6/10 of Perez, but he's going to get a bit of a lead now, driving out with those soft tyres out of the hairpin. Going a fast section of Japan, beautiful section of the track. Even on a pad, this is beautiful. And here we go onto the wheel. We're braking hard, down 3 gears to 5th. We run it a little bit wide, down to 4. We get everything right through Spoon that time, on the power, and we're off up the hill again, and we haven't lost too much speed. And that lap I nailed Spoon, and I was so happy with that line. So one of the fastest corners in F1, 180R through the corner. Yes, there we go. Beautiful feeling hitting that on a wheel. The force feedback really gives you good feeling of the car through there. Through the chicane. Right, we're now going to focus on lap times for a bit throughout the first stint, because it got a bit quiet being on the medium tyres and being stuck behind the soft tyre runners. So lap 4 we did a 1:34.0, which was our fastest lap at the time. And then we're going to skip ahead through the S's again. I love this camera angle through the S's. It just shows the cars changing direction beautifully. Such a wonderful shot of the cars changing direction. The aerodynamics kicking in and helping the cars stay on track. So here we go then. We're now going to head to the end of this lap. And so at the end of lap 4, onto lap 5, our lap time was a 1:33.856, which is 2/10 faster. Remember, we're aiming for lap time consistency. Skip to the end of lap 5. Our lap time is a 33.8, which is 16/10 1600ths off that. Through turn 1 we go. Beautiful shot of the first 2 corners at Japan. And riding on board, you can see we're closing up to the Ferraris slowly as their softs start to go off. But as we head through spoon curve again, down 3 gears, nice line through it, down to 4th. We hit the inside curve, which is not a good idea there. A little bit of oversteer on the exit, which causes us to lose a bit of time. And as we head towards the end of lap 6, our lap time is a 34.3 because of that oversteer moment at the end of spoon. So half a second down on that first lap. So we hit to the end of lap 7. Lap 7, here we go, 1:34.1, so 3/10 down on our fastest lap. So we're starting to find our rhythm again. As we hit DRS here, through 180R. Now we're going to close up on the Ferraris, loads under braking as their soft tyres really start to go off now. We had a green sector 2, which is wonderful, which means we've nailed spoon again. We take a little bit of a liberty with corner cutting at the exit of the chicane. And at the end of lap 8, we're going to set a lap time of a 1:33.6, which is our fastest lap time of the race so far. And we're going to skip to the end of lap 9. Vettel drops in for a new set of boots, and our lap time is a 1:34.6, so a second slower. We really struggled behind Vettel there with the dirty air and his tyres running out of grip. And next lap, Leclerc drops in at the end of lap 10, and then our lap time is a 1:33.9, which is only 3/10 off our fastest lap, which isn't too bad. And then we're really cranking up the fuel. We're really pushing hard now to try and get a bit of a gap so we can overcut the Ferraris at the pit stop, but we run wide. We've got Bottas on a set of hard tyres right behind us, and as we get a really poor run through spoon, we're under threat from Bottas here he comes on the left hand side, lots of pace, lots more speed carried up the hill, and he's going to get the overtake done well before 180R. So overtaken by Mercedes on the hards, brake down hard for the chicane down to second gear, a little bit of a lock up, driving out of the corner into second, up to 3, up to 4, up to 5, and then we're going to finish the lap. What's our lap time? Quite slow compared to our best time, 7/10 down, 1:34.3. Then as we head towards the end of lap 12, we are going to hit a green sector in sector 1, and our lap time's a 1:33.9, which is 2/10 off just before our in lap. And we got Verstappen right up our gearbox. Verstappen's trying to make the overtake. We're going to slow him down though going into turn 1 and 2. And here we go, we ride on board through the S's again. I love these corners on a wheel, and this viewpoint is fantastic for watching a car go through the S's. Oh, it's just beautiful. Right, end of lap 13. Now, we've had green sectors for sector 1 and sector 2, but we're actually going to pop into the pits at the end of this lap. You can see we've turned the fuel mix down to lean, so we're ready for the pit in. I've had problems on my pit entry since I went onto a wheel. I've been making a lot of mistakes going into pits, so we brake really hard, we lock everything up, no chance of a penalty then. There we go. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to click subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss any future uploads from me. And as we head out of the pits, with the overcut has not worked, the 2 Ferraris of Leclerc and Vettel have got past us. We're on hard tyres, the tyres are going to be a bit better. Now, we had 15 laps of beautiful racing. No spins, no problems, no flashbacks, and then we get a little bit greedy on the entrance to spoon. We hit a bit too much curb, and there is our first spin 15 laps into the race. We flash back, we reset, we carry on the race, and we're coming into the chicane now. We close up on Leclerc quite hard, 3rd gear in, probably too high with the new tyres, and then we come out, we've got no grip, we spin again. So 2 mistakes on lap 15. We flash back, we reset, we're off again. There's 2 flashback used. We set the fastest lap time, but I'm not really going to bother about that because 2 flashbacks were used on that race. The aerial shots, I put this in because I love this aerial ride on board with the cars. Seeing the sparks fly out the back end going through 180R and into the chicane. We take a liberty with corner cutting again, and then we're coming out of the chicane and we're on lap 16. What's our first proper lap time on the hard tyres? We're looking for anything in the 1:33. It's a 1:33.6, so we're 200ths off our fastest lap time on the new hard tyres, which is good. And we're going to ride on board on lap 17. And here we go. Terrible braking for the second corner. As we head through the S's again, 6th into the first part, 5th into the second. Balance the accelerator so we don't have to brake. Up the accelerator, come off the accelerator there. I'm not sure why I came off the accelerator there, just poor consistency. And here we go. We're going to pop out onto the outside curbs, and we're carrying on. This is where things started to go a little bit wrong. The safety car came out because Raikkonen binned it. The restart, my tyres, I worked so hard to keep my tyres warm, but I just couldn't keep the temperature up on the tyres. So as we come out of the chicane, 2 of the boys up ahead pit in because they had a bit of contact on just before the lap, before the safety car restart. But we've had a terrible restart. You can see from my right wing mirror that Gasly's had a beautiful restart, found loads of speed, and he's just flown past me on the straight. So that's something I need to work on. And we're going to go through the S's now. We're going to follow this lap round as we try and stick with Gasly, because we're desperately trying to warm up our tyres again after the safety car. Understeer through that part of the S's because we're stuck behind Gasly's dirty air. Get a better run on him through the exit of the S's, but we just have to pull out of it because I was genuinely worried I was going to hit him. Which is just experience on a wheel. Degner 2, probably the toughest corner for me on this track at the moment. Just can't get my timing of my turning and the timing of my braking right. Drop down to 2 for the hairpin, little bit of a lock up. And as we come out of the exit, we're trying to avoid the spin, which is so often a problem coming out of the hairpin. We're heading down to Spoon Curve again. Such a technical corner, such a fun corner when you get it right though. And here we go, round the hairpin. We went 1 gear too low there. 4th gear out, trying to get on the power as early as possible to get a run down the hill. Gasly's got some unbelievable pace at this point in the race, and I just genuinely couldn't keep up with him. I was really struggling with my tyres. And I felt with the safety car, I lost my rhythm of the race a little bit, and on a pad that rhythm's just there, but on 2 weeks into being a wheel driver, I'm struggling to find that rhythm sometimes when I come out of the race pace. So here we go then, lap 20. Lap time was a 1:33.3, which is nearly 3/10 faster. So despite struggling behind Gasly, the tyres are starting to warm up and starting to get into a window. And here we are then, round turn 2. Nice line round turn 2 that time. And we're back on board through the S's. We're quite close to Gasly again, but it's just that dirty air through the S's that makes it really tough and makes the car really understeery. And then we go too wide and we bin it. So we reset and we're going back through the S's for the exits. That's 3 flashbacks used now. Overtakes on. We got a better line through the exit of the S's that time. And then here we go, lap 21. We're at the end of the lap, and our lap time, we're looking for 1:33 something. And we got a 1:33.6, which is 3/10 off our fastest lap, which is fine. And as we come for lap 22, we go wide, we lock up there, which is not ideal. And then we have contact with Kvyat. Now I put this in. This incident was entirely my fault because I rejoined and cut across Kvyat, hit him. My fault, lack of experience on the wheel. So we used another flashback, and we got to the end of lap 22 this time. 2 green sectors and a 1:33.0 for that, which is quite a nice lap time. I was quite happy with that. And here we go then, lap 23. We're still stuck behind Gasly. We've got Perez on soft tyres just behind us. He's going to get DRS on us. He's got a pink Mercedes. He's going to be rapid. Our lap time was a 1:33.1, which is 700ths off our fastest lap, but Perez on the soft tyres, no chance. And then he cuts right across me just for good measure to slow me right down on my hards. Here we go then, lap 24.
All right, here we go. Starting a hot lap.
And we're off. And the reason Cletus has announced he's starting a hot lap is because this was my fastest lap of the race and I wanted to ride on board for the whole lap. So we're in standard fuel for this lap. The fuel loads are running down. And as we head into the S's, I'm going to be quiet so you can listen to the engine. There's a little bit of hesitation at the exit of the S's into Degner 1. Degner 2, 3/10 up on my fastest lap at this point. A better run through Degner 2. I think that was the best run I got the whole race. Well, it must have been because I got the fastest lap. I got my fastest lap, sorry. Into Heaven a little bit wide, but you can go wide there and still get a decent run out of it. You can see we're still a second and a half behind Perez. Kvyat's nearly 4 seconds behind, which is quite handy. Don't want the Russian torpedo behind us. Better run through Spoon. Could do with taking a bit more speed through there if I'm honest with you. As we head up to 180R. And then that's beautiful on a wheel. Down to the chicane. Perez and Gasly are starting to have a bit of a fight. Perez is probably going to win that because he's on a lovely set of soft tyres, but it's going to help slow Gasly down. And as we cross the line for our fastest lap of the race, we did a 1:32.6, which is 4/10 faster than our fastest lap so far. Here we go then. as we cross for the start of lap for lap 26. Sorry, we've done a 32.6, and we are 0.02 of a second off our fastest lap. That's the sort of consistency I want. A bit unrealistic to expect that, but I'm a perfectionist, so there you go. And as we come across the line for the final time, our lap time is a 1:33.9. So we started 13th, we finished 10th, which isn't too bad, and I'm quite happy with that performance. 4 flashbacks and a 50% race still isn't good enough though. I still need to work a bit harder on just getting the hang of the wheel and stop making silly mistakes on throttle, on brake, on turning and timing. So we're going to have a look at our race pace now. So here we go. So race pace wasn't too bad. First stint 34, 34, 33, 33. About a second between our lap times on the first stint, and then the hard tyres. Once we got our rhythm going a little bit, 133, 133, 133, 134, 132, 132, 133. I mean, on the pad, I was about a second, had a second range in my lap time, so I'm quite happy with that. We're getting there very, very slowly. Thanks a lot for riding on board with me today, and if you did enjoy episode 6 of my Pad to Wheel series, don't forget to click the like button. There's more content from my AP Palfs channel in the middle of the screen now, and if you do check it out and you do enjoy it, go ahead and click the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss any future uploads from me and you know when I'm live streaming on my channel. Thanks a lot for watching. My name's AP, and I'll see you all very soon.